Hidden signs of depression in young people that are often overlooked. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Zachy, and today we're going to talk about something super important but often overlooked: depression in young people. You know, it's so easy to miss the signs when we're busy with school, work, or just life in general. But understanding these signs can make all the difference. Recognizing when a young person might be going through depression can actually help prevent something far worse down the road. So let's talk about it. First off, let's just get one thing straight. Depression isn't just about feeling sad. It can show up in so many different ways, especially in young people. Sometimes, depression can sneak in so quietly that even the person going through it might not recognize it right away. You may think, hey, they're just having a bad day. But the truth is, depression can affect so many areas of someone's life, and it can go unnoticed for a long time. You see, depression can affect sleep, energy levels, appetite, and even how someone thinks. It can impact their relationships, their motivation, and their outlook on life. And young people, whether they're teens or young adults, often mask these feelings, which is why it's so important to know what to look out for. The signs of depression aren't always obvious, and they can be easily confused with other issues. But understanding these signs is one of the first steps in supporting the people you care about. All right, let's dive into some signs of depression in young people that might be slipping under the radar. Trust me, it's more common than you think. A lot of these signs can be overlooked because they don't always look like what we traditionally think of when we think of depression. But if you know what to look for, you might just notice the signs in someone you care about. First up, irritability. It's easy to think that someone is just being moody or difficult, but constant irritability or outbursts of anger can be a hidden sign of depression. Young people, especially teenagers, are still learning how to manage their emotions, but when their frustration or anger becomes frequent or intense, it could be more than just growing pains. They might not even know why they're so angry, but it could be depression bubbling up beneath the surface. If you notice that someone's always angry, it's worth checking in with them. Their frustration could be pointing to something deeper, something they might be struggling to express. And sometimes they just need someone to listen. Next, let's talk about withdrawal. A sudden lack of interest in activities they once loved, that's a huge red flag. Maybe they stop hanging out with friends, avoid family gatherings, or just stay locked in their room. They may even avoid their favorite hobbies or sports, things that used to bring them joy. When depression hits, sometimes the things that used to bring joy just don't seem fun anymore. It's as if the color has been drained from everything. And that's why they may retreat into themselves and isolate. They don't want to be around others because they feel numb, exhausted, or just disconnected. If you notice someone pulling away, don't brush it off. Reach out to them. It's not always easy, but it could be the first step toward them feeling less alone. Now, let's talk about the food and sleep cycle. Major changes here could be a sign. If they're either eating way too much or barely eating at all, or if they're sleeping too much or not enough, it could be depression rearing its head. Depression can mess with someone's appetite and sleep patterns in a big way. Depression can make it hard to sleep, or sometimes all someone wants to do is sleep to escape how they're feeling. A lack of sleep or oversleeping are both common signs. And when eating habits change, whether it's eating way more or eating way less, it's a signal that something isn't right. Don't ignore it. Sometimes these physical changes are a way for someone to cope with their emotions when they don't know how to express them verbally. Another sign is a drop in performance, whether it's in school, work, or hobbies. If someone who used to be motivated and focused suddenly starts slacking off or shows a lack of interest in what they once loved, it's definitely worth paying attention to. Young people are usually pretty involved in their studies or extracurricular activities, but when depression takes hold, it's harder for them to stay on track. Young people often feel a lot of pressure to do well, and when depression sets in, it can make even the simplest tasks feel impossible. School becomes overwhelming. Sports feel like a burden, and personal goals fall to the wayside. If you see this happening, don't just assume they're being lazy or careless. They could be struggling in ways that are hard to see. Have you noticed someone complaining about headaches, stomach aches, or feeling tired all the time? Without any clear reason for these physical symptoms, they might be linked to depression. It's not uncommon for depression to manifest in the body. Young people might not always have a language to express their emotional pain, so it often comes out as physical discomfort. Sometimes depression shows up in the body, and young people might not know how to express their emotions any other way. So, their physical complaints are a cry for help. If you notice frequent, unexplained aches or fatigue, it might be worth talking to them about how they're really feeling. So, what can we do when we notice these signs? The first step is to talk to them. It can be awkward or hard, but sometimes just asking how they're doing and letting them know you're there can make a huge difference. It's important to offer a non-judgmental space for them to open up. Encourage them to open up, but don't force it. Let them know that it's okay to not be okay and that reaching out for help, whether it's through a counselor, therapist, or a trusted adult, is a good first step. Don't let them think they have to go through it alone. Depression is real, and it's not something we should ignore, especially in young people. If you see the signs, don't hesitate to check in. Your support can make all the difference in their journey to feeling better. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to the Adzacca Pratt channel for more content like this. And don't forget to share this with anyone who might need to hear it. You never know. It could be the reminder someone needs today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.